Hello, my fellow warriors of love. Welcome to our live. We're going to be talking about how you can heal any problem, any challenge for yourself, for your loved ones, for your clients in the fastest way possible. So over 13 years ago, I birthed the Infinity Healing modality, and I reluctantly birthed it. I was not sure what I had to offer that was different, that was already out there. I was like the young kid on the block, and all these healers seemed to be a lot older in my mind, that they had so much more knowledge. And I still struggled a lot. I tried all these modalities trying to get results in my own life, and I didn't feel like I got anywhere. I felt like I was going in circles. I got into $30,000 of debt, and I just went out. I was like, who are the best healers out there? And I took their courses, flew out to some of them, took their training, worked with them one-on-one, worked with them in groups, taking their healing audio programs, and I still didn't get the results I was looking for. And out of that frustration, I got the nudge, the intuitive nudge, my guidance saying, create the solution to this problem. This is a problem I'm experiencing, and maybe some of you can relate to that. And so offer the solution to that problem through something you're going to birth. And I resisted that for 2 years because my mind would go, what do I have to offer that's different than what's already out there? What do I know? Like, I just got into this. But that's not true. We've been mastering healing for lifetimes, and it's already in us. And in fact, if you really break it down, what healing truly is the ability to hold space for another, to let go of things, and to download or remember who they are. And a lot of empaths can just naturally do that. So out of that frustration, after resisting it for 2 years, I birthed the Infinity Healing Training. And at that time, I was on one of the biggest healing summits. And I just mentioned it on the summit that I just birthed this modality. In my mind, I felt like I barely put a few pages together, very basic, very simple, but yet the results were huge. People, I've been working with people, and some of the miraculous results include a lady clearing $150,000 of her student debt after a session, or a client manifesting $75,000 in real estate, or a lady clearing 2 cancer spots within a week, or someone manifesting a dream job a week later, another client manifesting her soulmate the next day. Like, all these amazing things were happening. And before, when I first started, I didn't have a name for it. I didn't have like a step-by-step process. I didn't know how to teach it to others, but I took on that challenge and I birthed it and I put it out, and we had 30 students who signed up for our course, and they enrolled in the healing modality, and it's just been growing ever since. And now it's being taught in Hindi, Urdu, Arabic, Spanish, maybe Portuguese. I don't remember if we followed through with that. German, French, all these different languages in different parts of the world. We have healers all over the world. We even have a little image where you can see where they all are. And they're doing great work. They're blessing this forward. It's transforming their lives. So whenever something comes up for you, like an emotion, a trigger, you realize you have a limiting pattern or belief, you could just lie down like I do, take a few minutes and just do an infinity healing on yourself to clear that. And just to be clear, the problems I was having in these other modalities, I identified several problems that I made sure this modality has the solution. So one of the problems is when we go to a healer, our receptivity might be blocked. So we might be afraid of trusting, afraid of receiving, not feeling good enough, scared of change. So the first thing we do is clear all the receptivity so you receive 100% of what's available. The second thing we do is clear what's stopping you from releasing. Just recently, one of my clients said, I also want to give you a heads up. I might have a hard time letting this go. Why? Because the ego holds on to these things out of safety, out of survival. and it feels scared. Ego's just scared with any change, even if it's change that's going to change your life for the better. It holds on to things because it's known that. So if you've been a victim your whole life, it knows what that is. It knows it's comfortable blaming others, not taking responsibility. And change, letting go of blame and victim, is scary to the mind, so it might resist it. So we clear what's stopping you from releasing all that is best. Next, we do a whole process before we even start the healing session to make sure that your higher self sets aside the mind, the ego, the saboteur, the inner, the scared inner child, whatever gets in the way of a session. We ask that it gets set aside throughout the process, but not just set aside because it might just fight back even stronger, but to be shown from the highest perspective what's going on. So once the mind goes, okay, it's safe, this is fine, it moves forward with us. The next thing we do that other modalities don't do is the higher self connects you with the perfect energies and beings. Now, you guys know I'm not a fan of anything except for source, God, universe, get straight to the source. But I also believe there are energies and we can connect to the crystal kingdom. We can connect to all sorts of dimensions and, infinite versions of ourselves. And if you believe in guides and angels. So the next step is we connect with all the energies and beings that are for our highest good, and we give them permission to do all that they know to do that it's for our highest good. Then we have our higher self choose what to work on during the session. So the higher self knows you better than you know yourself. It knows exactly what's going on. We do a process to make sure the higher self is working on what it knows to work on. And then we proceed with the infinity healing. So we clear all the limiting beliefs, mindsets, blueprints, templates, traits, attributes, habits, perceptions, perspectives, judgments. So everything kind of like in this area that is connected to the challenge we're working on. So for me, most of my clients are women healers. The biggest challenge seems to be money blocks. So there's all this programming. You can't be spiritual and wealthy. If I get myself out there, bad things will happen. It's not safe to be seen. You have to be a sleazy salesperson if you're going to make money from your business, or all sorts of programming. So all of that starts to get deleted in an infinity healing, everything connecting to what's in the way of you making money. And then new beliefs and mindsets get downloaded. So I can be spiritual and wealthy. The more I receive, the more I can give. I'm owning my worth. I'm charging my value. I am good enough. I am worthy. I can have it all. I don't have to kill myself to make money. So we get rid of those programs, download some new ones. Then we work on the emotions. So emotions could be shame, guilt, anger, rage, which might be at the root. A lot of times when we get to the root, it's some trauma from childhood. So we go through a whole process for that. Locate all these emotions and do infinity healings to clear them, replace them with the higher frequency emotions like faith. That's what I got right here. Faith, love, bliss, gratitude, appreciation, all those kind of emotions. And with those emotions, it's going to help you experience more of what you're wanting in relationships, in your career, with money, with your health, in life in general. And then next we work on the fears. So I'm afraid that if I make all this money, that bad things will happen. I'm afraid if I make all this money, that I'm being part of the problem. I'm afraid if I step into my healing abilities, bad things will happen to me. I'm afraid of being judged. I'm afraid of succeeding. I'm afraid of failing. So we clear all of those. And there's a process not just to clear the fears, but then to reassure that part of us, because a lot of people say, I'm afraid. And the truth is, you're not afraid. Part of you is afraid, and that part of you is the ego, and it's trying to protect you. So we do a whole process to show it that it's safe to be seen in your fullness, to get yourself out there, to charge for your gifts, whatever the challenge might be. And that reassurance happens not just now in this moment, but in all future now moments. So that really helps with the self-sabotage. Otherwise, you get a little better and then you get worse and better and worse. So this helps for the long-term sustainability. And then We do a process to get right to the root of the root of the root of the root of their biggest block. Once we pinpoint it, we go through a process to clear it and release it. So, yeah, so I wanted you guys to know that this modality is near and dear to my heart. It's my greatest soul offering. I came here to help speed up everything that's there. And when I learned all these modalities, I was like, okay, this helps with the beliefs, this helps with the fears, this helps with the emotions. And then the infinity healing is a all-in-one, because it allows us to do everything we know. And it also opens it up for all the things we don't even know we can ask for. So there's a real humility that happens in the infinity healing. And every time we give it, we receive it. Just the other day, I was recording a module with infinity healing, clearing traumas, taking our power back, and all my stuff came up. I was just feeling very introverted and emotional, crying for no reason for days after that. So what's beautiful is you'll start attracting people who have similar challenges to you. And as you do an infinity healing on them, you're getting it yourself, and you're actually changing it for the collective. And automatically in it, it changes it for your parents, your ancestral lineage, all your past lives, all your children, future generations. And in fact, it goes into the collective consciousness and starts doing work there. So it really creates these infinite ripples throughout eternity every time you simply say yes to an infinity healing. And it's something that's constantly evolving. It's constantly evolving. It's getting more and more powerful. It's getting faster and faster because it is conscious. It's almost like it's like a spiritual AI in a way. It's like it's something that was birthed through mind and soul, and it's completely shielded and protected. In fact, even if you were to do an infinity healing on someone and their higher self doesn't want to receive it, automatically in it, there's a protective mechanism that only that which is for the highest good of all will happen. And there's a protective mechanism that it'll never be infiltrated or, corrupted by any less than love energies and entities. In it, there's an encoding that it brings us back into our divine blueprint and transmutes anything that found its way into our field that is not of the divine blueprint. That includes energies and entities, clearing black magic, evil eye, jealousy, envy, all sorts of stuff. In it, there's a very powerful script. So this is what I call it the $1 million script, which fully aligns your being, all your chakras, brings you back into your full infinite self. That alone is worth the whole program. So what I love about it is we have a beautiful Facebook group where you can meet all the other infinity healers. What I love about it is it's so simple. What I love about it is you can learn it in a weekend. Some people even take one day to complete it. What I love about it is I'm involved in it in the sense that if you ask questions on the Facebook group, what I love is that I'll be there, and what I love is that it's attracting really high level people, and it's making a huge, like we even have I think she's an 8-year-old. I think we have an 8-year-old or 11-year-old or young 8 or 11-year young infinity healer. And during the time where COVID was really intense, she actually did a healing session on her dad in India. And then the next day, all those symptoms were gone. The one infinity healer also in India, her husband started having like $2,000 a month days. Like every day he was making, I can't remember the exact number, but it was like maybe $800 a month, a day, during a time where things were really slow. So we see all sorts of miracles happening in people's lives, and there's so much more that I don't even know that's happening out there, and it's fine. It's not, it's taken a life of its own. So what we've got going on, did my video freeze? What we've got going on is on April 1st and 2nd, we'll be teaching day 1 and day 2 live. And what I love is that you can join us every year for the rest of this life. You can join us every time I do it live. And if you invest in it, you get direct access to 1 and 2 immediately. Right now, if you were to invest in it, you get 1 and 2. You get the whole course right away, and you get to join us live. And I'll be focusing on doing 3 group calls where I really share with you guys tips on how to get 6 figures from your gift. So the business side of things, the marketing side of things, the things that I do with my students for I spent 6 months with them teaching them all the things to do with business and marketing. You guys get to get like a super compressed version of that in the 3 group calls. Also, what I love is that from now to the end of the month, we're offering it for 1111. So that's 1,111 US, as opposed to 2,222, which is the regular rate. Also, and all you guys got to do is go to TariqBibi.com, click on healing courses, and what I love is you can use it on yourself. So instead of paying $200 every time you go see a healer, for the rest of your life now, you can just use the Infinity Healing on yourself. You don't need anything more. I feel I don't need anything else. And also you can now share it with friends and family. So we've helped people save thousands of dollars, because if they offer the Infinity Healing and clear things for their family members, instead of their family paying thousands of dollars in pharmaceuticals or going to the doctor and surgeries and all sorts of stuff, you can save thousands and thousands of dollars for yourself, for your family. And then you can also have it as a tool in your toolkit to help with your clients, something that just takes things to the next level. We've had doctors. We have a doctor in India who integrated Infinity Healing. So she's a doctor, but she also does Infinity Healings. We have massage therapists who integrate it, yoga. You can integrate it with whatever work you do just to take it to the next level. Whether you're a breathwork practitioner, yoga practitioner, if you do plant medicines, you can definitely add this as a tool to really speed up the process. And what's beautiful is once you start the Infinity Healing, it continues to work on your client indefinitely. We had one client who said, Tariq, I'm noticing the negative patterns of my mom. I'm doing them with my child now, and I want to break that cycle. So we did one session, and she was telling me that 6 months later, when I checked in with her, she was like, hey, it's 6 months later and the patterning's still being cleared. So it's like all these layers. Think about it, all your childhood, all the layers, all the programming. And she was like, it just kept on clearing and clearing. So what's beautiful is once you start an Infinity Healing, it continues to work infinitely till it gets to the root of that block. And it gets set on autopilot. So what I love about it is it's fast, it's effective, it's saves time, energy, money. And I love seeing our students make it their own, in the sense they're adding it to crystals, they're adding it to audios, they're adding it to YouTube videos. They're getting very creative into paintings. And I also love to watch the students evolve to being teachers of the Infinity Healing. So one of our big success stories is a soul brother in Germany who took the Infinity Healing training and decided he wants to also train others to be Infinity Healers. So he took our Train the Trainer, and I think the first class he made like, was it like 7,000? No, it was like, can't remember all the numbers, but he had 7 students maybe, so maybe it was like around, it was over 10,000 that he made. The testimonials on the website. So what we're offering to the end of the month is you could take level 1 training, which is everything you need to heal anything for yourself or others. You could take the level 2 training that includes clearing entities, my powerful manifestation technique, the childhood trauma healing technique, the forgiveness process, and so much more. So that really takes things to the next level. You've got the Train the Trainer, where you can now start certifying others and being Infinity Healer. And you've got the Train the Trainer level 2, so you can train others in level 1, train others in level 2. All 4 of those are being offered at 1111. That will close on 28th at midnight of this month, so that's less than a week. And if you're interested, just go to tariqbibi.com /healing hyphen, is that what it's called? Hyphen, like the minus sign, courses. Or you can just go to tariqbibi.com, click on healing courses. And then in the checkout, simply type in infinite love, all caps lock, all capital, infinite love, no space in the middle. and you'll receive the special rates from now till the end of the month. If you're here live with us, please let us know if you have any questions. My internet's not great here, so I hope it wasn't cutting in and out, but I noticed there's a few of you live with us. I didn't plan this call, but if you have any questions, please let me know. And I'm so excited to have you join us. Join the Infinity Healer tribe worldwide. I'm just on the Facebook group now, and I love how when people ask for support, others step in and do infinity healings to support them. And what I love is when they pair up with each other to offer support with each other. So imagine for life, you have someone you can go to who does infinity healings for you, and anytime they need your support, you do infinity healings for them. Okay. So, Love is the Secret of Islam. Nice title. Sir, could you please tell me about the law of attraction? It's not what we're talking about, but great question. So the Infinity Healing course, basically, this is how I would answer this question. Great question. If you're here right now and you're like, I've been wanting a soulmate for years. I've been wanting a dream home for years. I've been wanting to make more money for years. I've been wanting to have a better career for years. I've been wanting to have more health and vibrancy for years. So law of attraction is one dimension. I think of I'm healthy, I'm healthy, I'm healthy. I visualize it, I feel it, and I can manifest it. But the infinity healing does infinite more than that. That's one dimension, is I think it and it happens. That's why for half the people, law of attraction worked, the other half it didn't work. Why? Because if you have a belief that says money's the root of all evil, and you have another belief that says I want to make more money, you have conflicting beliefs. So you're going to be making more money, sabotaging when it happens, making more money, sabotaging. So that's why, for me, the law of attraction will work 100% when you clear all the limiting beliefs and only have the positive. So there's no conflicting. That's a big problem with law of attraction. Your root traumas have to be addressed. If bad things happened to you when you were a kid, when you were like, "Hey guys, look at me," and you were on stage and everyone laughed at you and made fun of you. Until you release that trauma, feeling shamed and laughed at and ridiculed, you're not going to want to step into the limelight of the world right now and put yourself out there in videos and things. So we have to address these root traumas. So when the root traumas are addressed, the fears are released, the beliefs are released, the emotions are released, that's going to help you. That's why we have clients. It's like when you're here, and you want to be here, and we cleared everything that's in the way, then it feels like miraculously the results happen. So that's how I can answer that question. It really feels like the law of attraction is not the full recipe. It's like one piece of the recipe. It's not the whole thing. Great question. Anything else? So I'll put the link here below for the Infinity Healer course. Great question. Love is the secret. There's this great song by Brother Ali, and it's called Use Your Heart. Your heart is used for what? You're not using your heart for what hearts are for. They've been trying to shut us down our whole lives. And I think there's a Sufi guy at the very beginning talking about the power of love. Yeah, check it out. Just type in Brother Ali, what hearts are for. You're very welcome. Okay, that's the link right there. I think the easiest way to do it is type in TarekBeebe.com, click on Healing Courses. Super easy. You can finish it in a weekend and get you certified by next week. And then you can join us live. April 1st, April 2nd, and there'll be recordings as well. You can join the Facebook group. Any questions? And I'm here on the Facebook group, seeing all the beautiful love and support. Okay. Thank you all for being with me here. I appreciate you. And obviously, feel free to follow me on all social media, Tarek Bibi. We did just put out a very powerful YouTube video clearing, I think, 10 of the core blocks when it comes to money. So check that out on, just type in Tarek Bibi on YouTube, youtube.com/esotarek. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Keep shining, and I'll see you next time.